Gen Z has an erectile dysfunction problem. You guys, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Yo, I don't even know what to say, man. Do you guys think Gen Z has an erectile dysfunction problem? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. And let's get into the video.
Childhood doctor that knew me my whole life back in my hometown, I was like, yeah, like mine doesn't work.
He 28 and he think he got erectile dysfunction.
It's time for us to have a conversation, y'all. Y'all know I'm always talking about mental health and growth and stuff like that on my channel. But today we got to talk about something, fellas, that we never talk about.
You guys also please do not mind the lighting. Like I said, I am currently taking a vacation. I'm in Toronto, so yeah, don't mind the lighting. I am, in a hotel right now.
Is real. A lot of us have experienced it at least one time in our life, but we never talk about it out loud. We just quietly suffer. Behind closed doors, it ruins confidence. It's hurting relationships. It got dudes questioning whether or not they're even good enough to be with their partner. And that elephant that's in the room is erectile dysfunction. See, erectile dysfunction is not something that's just for older guys. It's a lot more common than you would think. You know, people don't really talk about this side of things because everybody want to act like they be going crazy in the bedroom and they work.
Guys, you know what's so interesting? I will say that, like, there was this one friend that I had this one friend in college, and we would talk and everything, and she would tell me about, like, her sexual escapades and things like that. And there was this one time she told me that, like, yeah, like, the guy couldn't get up, and they were just there for hours and hours and hours. And I'm like, that's interesting. Has this ever happened to me? I'll tell you guys later in the video.
The man dingo, but a lot of people have experienced erectile dysfunction and young men are suffering.
I'm on a podcast right now, right? And on a podcast, he 28 and he think he got erectile dysfunction. What do you got? Any advice for that?
Got a problem. 28 years old, something went wrong. 28 years old, you fed up already? Goddamn, what you been?
28 years old with ED is kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I know I'm not quite 28 yet, but like I can't imagine, having ED on a consistent basis at 28.
You on drugs or something? You on drugs?
He said it's his diet.
I'm dying, man. That nigga crack or something. Bitch, your crack, man. Come on, man.
I don't do
You having
drugs.
problems already?
Yeah, he 28. He said he can't get it up.
28.
We think he gay.
What do you take? What do you take?
I don't do drugs. He don't do nothing.
How about when he beat himself up?
Bro, 28 is insane. What do you mean 28? You can't get up at 28?
You come up there?
Yeah, you get it up, we beat it.
But hey, it happens to the best of us. What can I say? Not me though.
All right, so he say when he beat off, he get up.
Or you might be gay. You just gay.
See, this is why a lot of dudes do not talk about this. If you tell somebody you can't get it up and you're young, the jokes is coming, all right? Most dudes don't even want to go to the doctor for this because it's just an awkward conversation. Like, yeah, man, doctor, it's just not working. Now the doctor got to move it around and inspect it and lift it up, put it in the light and all type of stuff. So dudes is not trying to get this checked. But it's a real problem that you should not just live with. Because when a man can't perform in the bedroom because he can't get it up, it doesn't just affect the bedroom. It affects your pride. It affects your mental health and how you perceive relationships. You got to think about it. A lot of men tie their masculinity to their performance. So when
And I feel like that's such a dumb thing to tie your masculinity to. Please listen. And I think I've said this in a previous video. Do not tie your masculinity or your confidence or anything like that to validation from the opposite sex. Or if you swing both ways, like from the same sex as well. Do not tie your validation to it because people are fleeting. Like not fleeting. People are wishy-washy. One moment like they don't like you, next moment they like you, and one moment they don't find you attractive, and the next moment they find you attractive. People are like the wind. They go in different directions all the time.
strikes, it feels like an attack on their masculinity. And instead of talking about it to somebody, you just bury it.
Does it take 2.5 months to get a consistent erection, or 2.5 months until you even feel comfortable engaging in sexual intercourse?
No, I would say 2.5 months for consistency like I know I can be. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. It's humiliating.
Do you guys think that this comes from like watching too much porn? What do you guys think?
It only happens when I really care about the woman, so that's the crazy thing. Like, if it's just, if I'm in Vegas and I had a one-night stand, I'm Superman, which is weird. And it's wild because there's so many things, there's so many factors to it. The first factor is like, I gotta console the woman that I'm with, which I would like to be consoled in that situation, right? I gotta console her, let her know, hey, it's not you, I promise you, your boy wants you, not you whatsoever. But then I have to,
That must be so awkward. That must be so awkward. Being like in the middle of like sex and it's like, yo, I'm sorry, I want you. I just can't get up. Ah, my goodness.
self-talk that goes into it. I think for me, I get in my head and I don't want her to feel that I just want her for her body. And I overthink and
I see where you're coming from. I see where he's coming from.
I'm gonna say for so many different things. And I just want to love her and love her mind, body, and spirit.
What is the ideal thing to say to a person who is not getting erect in the moment and is noticeably frustrated about it?
I would say genuine, keyword, bold, text, highlight it, underline it. Genuine, because we can pick up on bullshit, right? Be genuine in how you respond. And your response should simply be, to be honest with you, I just want to be around you. I just wanted to be with you.
See, ladies, if y'all have experienced a man that has had a moment of, erectile dysfunction, how you answer matters so much. Don't get me wrong. It is not your job to contain that man's pride or control that man's emotions. It's not. But how you react really matters a lot. And I know this is a video about erectile dysfunction, but you'd be surprised. Women are still watching this video. I know.
I really feel like at this point in my life, I'm not going to lie, if I did have ED in the middle of having sex or about to have sex or whatever, I don't think I would care about the woman's opinion of me. And I know that sounds so crazy. It might sound crazy to you guys, but I just feel like I said, my validation doesn't come from women. So even if, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so big, it looks so nice, or she's like, oh my gosh, you can't get up. I just don't care anymore. You guys might not get where I'm coming from, but I just feel like I just wouldn't care.
Watching this video. The way you react really matters, and it's really it's all good or whatever. Just understand that a man cannot control that most of the time. We can't just say get up and he gets up. Sometimes we be like, get up, nigga, get up. And
no, I feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm hypersexual or something, because to me it's not hard. If there's a build up, let's say we went out, for drinks, or we went to watch a movie, or in my house and we're watching a movie and we're just cuddling, or so if you just touch me like this, and I think that you're fine. I'm not even wasting time.
telling him to get up so much, he just like, nigga, I'm sleepy. I'm tired, nigga. So if you make him feel bad about that, I understand, it could be frustrating for the both of y'all, but making him feel bad about it is really gonna mess it up even for the next time. Because now next time, he's gonna be like, oh my God, don't get soft, don't get soft, don't get soft, don't get soft. He's gonna overly think in the moment, and it's gonna happen again. And honestly, the best way to console a man about something like that in that moment is just carrying on. We could do something else. Let's watch Netflix. Don't make a subject about the softie. Alright? If you make a whole focus of the softie, that is gonna make that man feel very uncomfortable.
Mind you, this is also relationship talk. If you're in a committed relationship, of course, don't make him feel bad about it. Also, if you're single and you're just hooking up, ideally, like, don't make him feel bad about it. But as a guy, if you end up in that situation and you end up getting soft, if she makes fun of you, one, don't be surprised, and two, I think you shouldn't care.
Gonna start feeling handicapped. Like if you're sitting there and you're having a conversation and you're like, yeah, babe, it's fine, like that you can't get it up, like it's cool, like that you got the gummy worm. I completely understand. Things happen. If it's just not working right now, I get it. But you start talking like this, that man is gonna start shrinking smaller and smaller and smaller. Let him have the fight internally in his head, but with you comforting him, it'll calm his nerves, make it easier for him for the next time or later on that day. But do not violate. Do not take this personal. Do not take this as a shot to your ego and start violating that man. That is OD. That's similar to you having a smell down there and he just outright just say, oh, nah, it stinks. Even though you wash properly, but maybe your lady parts that day.
Oh my days, you guys. Last Friday I went out and I was just chilling with my friends and someone walked by me and I got the nastiest smell, bro. I was like, what smells like fish? I was like, wow. You'd be surprised at the amounts of people that don't take care of their bodies for the most part. You'd be surprised.
Is doing something that you didn't expect. That's pretty embarrassing, ain't it? It's the same thing when a man catches the softie, but he wants to get rocked. It's not something he asked for. So just imagine if a man sat there and said, babe, it's okay that it smells like fish in here. It's all right. I kind of like salmon a little bit, but it's, we could just watch TV and we could, reconvene later after you take a shower and get that smell off. Ain't you gonna be sitting there like, yo, what, nigga? Don't make a focus on the dysfunction is what I'm saying. All right, just let that person feel comfortable and deal with what they got to deal with separately. To the fellas, studies show that your diet, the amount of stress, lack of exercise, porn addiction, or even endlessly scrolling on social media is creating this dysfunction for men.
And this is why I'm like, people need to go outside and touch grass and, calm down on the porn. Porn addiction, I'm not going to lie, it's something that most guys have struggled with, something that I've struggled with. You watching this video have probably struggled with, watching porn. I'm not going to say eliminate it completely from your life, because I know how difficult it is. If you can, then do it. But tone it down as much as you possibly can, Tone it and tone it down as much as you possibly can, bro. Because in 2025, we're so used to interacting with people on the screen, and it feels like we don't actually go out and make that effort to interact with people in real life, be it a friendly interaction or a sexual interaction. So now it's kind of like a challenge to go out there and meet people and actually talk to them and go through the stress of getting to know them. Porn just seems like an easy way out. So, try and work on that. Yeah.
Doctor, I'm just telling y'all what the studies say. Because we should not be living in a world where men in their 20s are struggling with this. These are supposed to be the best days in the bedroom. This is supposed to be when you got her swinging from the chandelier, all right? But it's okay. You are not alone. This is happening to more guys than you would expect, all right?
Erectile dysfunction is on the rise for men under the age of 40, and the reason for it might shock you. In 1999, there was a study of European men under the age of 40, and 5% of them had erectile dysfunction. They did a similar study in 2011, and it was up to 18 to 24%. And then a study in America of men under the age of 40 in 2018 found that 34% of men were claiming to have erectile dysfunction. That survey was a part of a study looking at pornography use. A new study on porn sites found they're visited more than Amazon, Twitter, and Netflix combined. Pornhub is the 4th most visited website on the internet next
That's crazy.
to Google, Facebook, and YouTube. So
That's crazy, but it just puts into perspective how much people want to have sex, it's so interesting how like sex and sexuality is like it's literally kind of taboo to talk about. It's kind of taboo to, you know, it's just kind of taboo ultimately. But it's just interesting, you know. Lots of people want to have sex. That girl that you want so bad, she wants to have sex. Not with you though, but she does want to have sex. And that's tough.
Porn is something known as a supernormal stimulus. It can take over your dopamine reward systems in a pretty intense way. Like, as animals, we are not used to viewing novel sexual videos the way that we are now, where we can scroll and essentially physically alter the ventral striatum of our brain that makes us want porn more and more. The recent research on this is so intense that they're starting to link it to the potential increase in erectile dysfunction seen in younger men. Currently, we can't fully correlate erectile dysfunction to pornography use, but I'm doing a research right now for a video about pornography use that is making some new claims and some really interesting new studies that has some genuinely interesting arguments that porn might be making our dicks soft.
I remember going to the doctor and being like, not trying to tell my like childhood doctor that knew me my whole life back in my hometown. I was like, yeah, like my doesn't work.
And you were what? How old were you?
18.
So like you really couldn't get up?
Could not get up.
18. I feel like when I was my horniest, bro, I feel like I've calmed it down a lot now because like I'm older and like I don't want to be too lustful. But when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, whew, too easy. Too easy.
Like you had
I had a
10
girl.
strippers
I had
right
a
in front
girl
of
at the time. Like she would show up and it would just be like,
And did she? And you weren't even on steroids yet.
no, none of that, nothing. I myself with my diet and my activity, just way too much. Like, because what I understood was like, I got to a point where like my fighter, like, because I started doing a bunch of research. This is what actually got me into understanding about nutrition and even steroid hormones, all this kind of stuff. Because I was learning that like I completely was depleting my adrenals because my body was constantly in fight or flight. Probably because I was so mentally unstable and like upset about things, and then I was doing so much activity, and then I wasn't eating enough food, and then I was trying to keep my abs tight. Like I remember it was a point where I would wake up every like 30, 40 minutes around this time as well, and wake up to go pee because my body was like eating itself.
Nothing makes me feel uglier than when a man can't get it up for me. And I'm not shaming anyone either.
Baby girl, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, baby girl. It just happens sometimes. Not to me though.
That's just normal, okay? You know what I mean? And like in the moment when it's happening, I'm so comforting and I'm like, it's okay. And I know that there's so many reasons like that of why this could be happening. But my brain is mean to me. My brain is only telling me that I'm the ugliest bitch in the world because I got all this ass back here and you can't cook for me.
Wow. That's a very interesting this is a girl's perspective. That's very interesting. Damn, you're out here thinking that you're ugly, but you're fine, babe. You're fine, babe. It just, you know, sometimes it just be happening like that. Our bad. We apologize.
I've got to be the ugliest bitch.
See, fellas, the way we see ED is like something random that just happens to us. Nah, it ain't really that random. It's really your body waving a red flag like something is going on. You know what I mean? There's something that you need to look deeper into. There's usually two main reasons why you're having erectile dysfunction. The first one is physical, and it might scare you a little bit. If you don't understand how your Johnson downstairs works, it basically works off of blood. So when you do get that woody, you know what I mean? That's because there's a whole bunch of blood that's shooting down there. So if your blood flow is restricted by things like clogged arteries or something like that, or high blood pressure, obesity, or sometimes even diabetes, it'll make it harder for you to get an erection or keep an erection. Think about it like this. No matter how much your body wants it, if your body can't pump enough blood, the engine will not work. The second thing is psychological. Stress, depression, performance anxiety, and one of the most common, the constant chase of dopamine when you're watching porn.
I feel like stress is also a big factor, bro. I feel like stress is a big factor. Maybe, you know, maybe the main reason why even I was like so like horny as a kid was because I wasn't that stressed, you know. Like the things that stress me now are like real adult things. But then back in the day, bro, like what was I stressing about? Like some homework, you know, playing basketball. It wasn't really stressing, you know. But when you're stressing about, I need to pay this bill, I need to pay that bill, you know, I need this YouTube channel to work. Like when you're thinking about things like that, like you're just under so much tension. So like now, like if someone, like if a girl came and like she was like, oh, what's up, like, you know, now because like I'm under so much stress and I'm not as lustful and just things, it's just like I could say no. I could say no pretty easily. Old me is not saying no, bro.
Your ability to be able to connect with your own body. It's literally like trying to start a car, but somebody slamming on the brakes at the same time.
The more boobs you see on a screen, the less boobs you're going to see in real life.
How bad is porn for us?
It's
The more boobs you see on the screen, the less boobs you're going to see in real life. Interesting.
completely destroying the male brain. If porn got deleted overnight, we would see a tremendous change in society.
Get out of here.
I have this very simple theory for men, that the more boobs you see on a screen, the less boobs you're going to see in real life. If you consistently see loads of boobs on a screen, your will to go and find them in real life is going to reduce.
It's going to reduce. Oh, wow. Wow.
Single, it means you're not going to date as much because you're going to lose the will. And then if you're in a relationship, your partner's probably going to begin to realize you're probably watching a lot of porn. Then your sex life is going to reduce and you're not going to be as connected to them. And for me, breaking the porn addiction is one of the hardest things. Like, I watched it like my whole teenage life. Porn is also very different to other addictions because it's so private.
So secretive. How did you break it?
Really observing what I was observing and trying to like step out of the like real dopamine hit and thinking like, this is a bit weird, like it's a bit rank. Honestly, it took me like 5 years to quit porn. It's really not easy to quit it. Then when I became connected with my new partner, Georgia, she actually described to me that it wouldn't be nice for her that I was watching porn. And I'd never really thought about that from a woman's perspective, that she sees it as like a cheating type activity. She was like, you watching other girls have sex.
Yeah,
Like,
but at the same time, are we not going to say that women watch porn? Like, women watch porn as well. In relationships as well. Like, you know, this goes both ways. This goes both ways.
isn't you being deeply immersed in this relationship. That's you being curious about other women. The first time in my life, I was like, oh, if we're going to see it down that lane, then I'm not going to watch it at all.
A lot of men message me saying they suffer from stage fright. Many men suffer from performance anxiety when they're sleeping with a hot girl. They feel anxious, but they won't perform well enough. I'm telling you right now, you need to stop. Do not try and impress her. Take some deep breaths and smile. You're about to have sex. Be happy about that. Focus on intimacy, kissing, touching, feeling. Ask her what she likes. Start off with foreplay. Take it slow and build that tension up. She's not going to care if you're not the best in bed, but
I do think that, like, tension is definitely important. Because you can't just, you know, I feel like we've lost the art of, like, building tension. And I feel like that comes with watching porn. Like, everyone just wants to think now. Like, you just want it to happen, like, right now. But at the same time, I feel like there's some benefits when you build tension, you know. I feel like you build a connection, there's chemistry, versus when you just, you know, just go and just do the thing one time, you know?
to care if she's
It's not as nice.
like you're not into her. So enjoy the experience and stop putting pressure on yourself.
Oh, you want to know an absolutely disgusting secret about men? And please don't tell anybody that I told you this. Just keep it on the hush. So you know how men sometimes have what we'll call issues in the bedroom, and whether it's getting it up, or it's an issue with performance, or it's an issue with finishing, and you're probably sitting there blaming yourself. If you like the guy and you're like, I think it's me, like maybe he's not attracted to me, maybe something's wrong. No, you're wrong. Because odds are, if you guys already like each other and you know that, and there's already a baseline physical attraction, and you know that, the real reason he may be having issues in the bedroom is not actually a negative thing at all. It really just means he likes you so much and does not know how to tell you this. I'm not joking. He likes you so much that he is getting performance-based anxiety. It's affecting him getting it up. It's affecting his performance.
You guys, let me tell you guys a quick story time. When I was a kid, there was this one girl that I dated. And we went to the movies. And before we went to the movies, I'd always tell her that, yeah, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to do that with you. We're going to kiss. I'm going to do... And when we got to the movies, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything because of the anxiety. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I like her so much, but I couldn't do anything. So I get where this guy's coming from. I feel it's I hear him 100%.
It's affecting his ability to finish. He's so nervous about not being good enough for you that even though he likes you and you like him in all the other ways, that in the bedroom, he may not be meeting his exact performance standards. I don't know what his standard is. Could be 30 seconds, could be 20 minutes, could be 3 hours. I don't know who's doing that for 3 hours. That's gross. That probably hurts you a lot. But I'm just saying, he's probably not meeting his standard, and you may think it's a bad thing. But odds are, if you've been with him long enough, it's because he's actually so nervous to disappoint you. He does not know how to tell you, so hear from me.
Performance anxiety. Y'all know I did a whole video about performance anxiety. And if y'all don't know what performance anxiety is basically just hoping that you perform to the level of standard that you have deemed in your head is acceptable. And if you feel like you perform anything underneath that, then you have failed. This is what you have told yourself. You have convinced yourself that there is a level that you need to reach. And because of that, you have created some type of anxiety and hopes that you will perform to the standard. And because you have created this anxiety, you don't perform to the standard. So now you have anxiety about the fact that you had anxiety and that anxiety stopped you. So y'all know how I always say, ask yourself why. Why do you have the performance anxiety? And it's because you have created a level of pressure. It's because you want it so bad, now you can't even perform. Do you know what's so crazy? A lot of dudes that have this issue with performance anxiety, erectile dysfunction, they don't have that same issue with people they don't really care about. So therefore, it's not that you really have erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, you just kind of care too much. You care too much. You just care a bit too much.
Performance anxiety, and it's showing up in your erectile dysfunction. And for the people that have performance anxiety, I want to recommend this book to you. It's called the Let Them Theory. All right, so I'm gonna vaguely describe this Let Them Theory because it really helped me throughout your day, throughout your life. Not only when you're in the bedroom, give up on trying to think for other people. Give up on trying to satisfy other people. Let people think whatever they're gonna think. And when you have a moment of, well, what if she doesn't like it? Well, let her not like it. Well, what if she doesn't really like me after this? Well, let her not like me after this.
And that's what I said in the beginning, like, if I got, ED or performance anxiety in the middle of sex, like now, I wouldn't care about the girl's opinion of me. Like you said, just let her have a negative opinion. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter.
What it is. It's not necessarily saying you don't care about her now. It's just relieving the pressure of I need to impress her, because you can also do everything you think is amazing in the book and she doesn't like it. She actually,
in fact, I'll say this. When you feel like you need to impress someone, when you always feel like you need to impress someone or people or something like that, then you're not living your life for yourself. You're not living your life for yourself. Like, why do you need to feel the need to impress somebody else? That's why I don't even play basketball anymore. Like, I always felt like I had to impress some coach or impress some other player. Why? The only person that you need to impress is yourself, bro. It's yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to pass on. And that person that you're trying to impress, they have their own flaws as well. Nobody is perfect. No one's perfect at all. So please don't try and impress people, bro. Like, just be you, be yourself, be happy, do what makes you happy, and, just vibe out.
it slow, but you went too damn fast. Or she wanted it fast and you went too damn slow. So you can never really control whether or not the person's going to enjoy it. All you can do, try to find that intimate connection with that person and y'all mutually enjoy it. The thing about it is a lot of the performance of hunching is really based on the man's performance. So I understand why it be so nerve-wracking, but we got to relieve that pressure from ourselves and understand if they don't like it, they don't like it. It is what it is. Some will, some won't. Let her. This is where the let them theory is very important. When these thoughts pop up in your head just throughout your day, it takes practice. Now, I mean, to just relieve the thought of somebody else. Let them. Man, and then let me have fun. Let me enjoy myself. So now when it's time to get spicy, you're not trying to think for her. You're more so focused on the connection and how things feel, and you're able to just be present. Now, I mean,
the fact that we have to have full on... Sorry guys, it's loud here. I'm downtown Toronto. But anyways, the fact that we have to have conversations about this on the internet is so interesting to me. It's so interesting to me, bro.
Use the let them theory in your life and it'll help you with that performance anxiety that you have. But there are other things other than performance anxiety and corn that's causing erectile dysfunction. Things such as overly drinking, vaping, all of those things slowly chip away at our masculinity.
And that's why I don't drink as often anymore as well. I will say when I did drink, I used to feel like alcohol did help me with getting horny and wanting to have sex compared to being sober. But I do feel like it was damaging my testosterone levels, bruh. Oof, testosterone levels. Yes, I feel like it was messing that up.
And just to tie corn back into it, it's because our dopamine receptors, those things in our brain that make us chase something because we know it's gonna feel good once we accomplish it, it's so used to being satisfied by doing something easy, by not really doing any work. So those receptors in our brain, it's like, this seems like it's about to be too much work. We could just go in the bathroom and watch a video and get the
real. Like you could just do it yourself. So why do you have to go through the stress of, finding someone to do it with when you can just do it yourself,
that's going to be way easier. So now when you got a girl in front of you and you want your body to react in happiness, your body's like, bro, I don't feel like doing this. Like, what we need her for? I'm used to being turned on by pixels on the phone, not by a person, not by a body, not by actually having to do something. I'm used to the hand, not the inside of her. So because you do that so much, your body gets used to it. We are creatures of habit. So once you teach yourself that habit, locking the door and watching a video for 5 minutes is actually where your body feels normal at versus sitting with a girl. That's why I say all these small little vices that we are searching for a quick little feel good is frying our dopamine receptors, because the best things in life, you have to work for them. They take a little bit of time. Then at the end, you get the prize, and y'all know the prize.
Things that you can do naturally to reverse ED, especially for you young guys that may be starting to experience it. Train your PC muscle, do your Kegels, and practice squeezing. Get off pharmaceutical drugs. They do not help your manhood. This will help elevate your testosterone levels and get rid of excess estrogen in your body. No fast food and no processed foods. If you eat these regularly, your eggplant will not fire like it should. Get more connected to yourself. Relax through your sexual experiences. Anxiety and ED, they go hand in hand. Learn to breathe deeply. Communicate with your partner and depressurize the situation. Stop watching porn. It causes performance anxiety, which leads to ED. And it also ruins your ability to connect more deeply with your partner in an intimate way. Try these for a few weeks in a row, and you will see progress.
One of the best things that I think you guys can do is really practice grounding techniques, because I don't really think a lot of y'all have some type of health problem. I think it's up here. I think it's us overly thinking these moments, or subconsciously something is going on and we're not performing. So I think just grounding yourself in a moment when your mind is trying to yell at you, if you practice doing those things, I think it'll bring you back to being able to enjoy the present. And the present might be that woman that's in front of you, all right? So as y'all know how I say in all my videos, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you are somebody that loves to multitask, if you're somebody that could be at the park with your family, but you can't stop thinking about work, or you're somebody that's working out, but you can't stop thinking about a conversation you had yesterday, if you're somebody that is playing the game, you keep thinking about what you got to do after the game, if you're somebody that has a brain like this and you can't bring yourself back to the present moment, best believe when it's time to get spicy, you're going to be doing the same thing. And the only thing about when it's time to get spicy, the other party that's in the room could notice when that's happening. So once again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you need to learn how to ground yourself in other places.
I also feel like social media has a huge role to play in that. Yeah. Like, social media has us living in the past and living in the future, never really the present. Like, you're always thinking about what you're going to post next or the next event, but like, sometimes it's really just good to sit down and focus on what's happening right now and right in front of you. It's something that I've struggled with as well. Being present.
In your life. I give you one of the grounding techniques that I do. When I go out and I go for my walks, now I'm about to walk around the neighborhood. One of the grounding techniques that I do is I name 3 things that I can see. I name 3 things that I could smell. I name 3 things that I could feel, and 3 things that I can hear. This brings me to the present moment of what's going on. And then when my brain try to kicks on and try to talk to me or something like that, I say this ain't time to think. Now, there is a time to think in this walk, but this ain't time to think. I'm just enjoying right now. There's a difference between thoughts and thinking. See, I'm about to get a little deep, all right? So thoughts just pop into your head, all right? There's nothing wrong with having a thought. Like right now, a thought just popped into my head. I'm looking at a camera, you know? But now when you start to think into that thought, okay, I'm looking at a camera. Like, what am I actually doing looking at a camera? Like, who am I talking to? I'm just talking. So now you see how...
Yeah, that's true. Like, sometimes, you know, who am I talking to? Who am I talking to for real right now? Right now, I'm going to tell you guys, like, my present moment. Right now, I am in Toronto, in my brother's hotel. And, you know, not my brother's hotel, his house. He's chilling, he's lying down on his bed right now. I'm making a video. What can I see? I can see my laptop. I can see my brother's room. I can see some leaves and a car outside. I smell the air. I can hear some crickets because it's nighttime. I can hear the YouTube video. I can hear my voice.
Now it's starting to become a little stressful. It wasn't the thought that was the problem. Because what it should sound like is, okay, I'm looking at a camera and I'm talking. Okay. On to the next thing. It's the thinking that creates overthinking, that creates anxiety. So the more you master this, of just grounding yourself, that performance anxiety will suppress. All right, so now when it's time to get spicy, you can get spicy. You can just ground yourself in the moment. Because, I mean, in all actuality, you like what you see. You know you like what you see. You like how it feels. But your body and your mind needs to be aligned. And if you work towards those things, you'll be back to where you want to be.
Man Health's top 5 supplements for ED treatment. Number 1, L-arginine. L-arginine helps with blood flow to the penis by stimulating nitric oxide. Number 2, folic acid. Folic acid helps maintain blood vessel health. Whenever you have blood vessel health, you have
These are things that help with ED, I see.
Transport of blood to the penis. Number 3, vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 helps with the production of testosterone. It also helps maintain blood vessel health. Number 4, ginseng. Ginseng is one of those old school supplements.
Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to end the video there. And just say, yo, what's your take on this subject? The whole ED thing. How do you guys feel about it? I feel like it's not something that I've personally struggled with a lot. I know it's something that people do struggle with, though. But drop it down in the comments. Have you ever struggled? Oh, no, never mind. That would be crazy for you to say. But anyways, drop a comment down, subscribe. And yeah, I'm coming through with more videos.